What's going on, Loaf gang? It's your girl Staj Loaf, and you already know I'm back with another video. With yet another video, another banger for your chest, man. I was actually just in my thoughts today, and I was scrolling through YouTube. I was looking for videos that were gonna give me conversation about being a part of a distant family. I don't see many videos of people talking about growing up in a household where you guys are just not close-knit family members. You guys are not arm in arm. You guys are not hand in hand. Not that you necessarily hate each other or despise each other, but you didn't have that upbringing. So I'm actually here to talk about that today and what you can do to overcome that negative feeling like you did something wrong, or just to let you know that there's somebody else out there that is going through the same exact thing, thoughts and feelings. All right, if you want to hear more about growing up in a distant family, please keep on watching. It's not going to be a super long video. I just wanted to get something off my chest. My entire life, since I was able to comprehend, shall I say, my family's been pretty distant. Now, don't get me wrong, as a kid, they did what you had to do to keep a kid entertained. Both my parents were in the military, so we had a lot of good little perks that came with being in the military and having kids and minors. So we would go to places like Busch Gardens as many times as we could during the summer. And when I mean as a kid, I mean like elementary school. This is where the most excitement happened. It was just me and my brother, but I do have 3 other siblings in total. It's 4 of us. I have a full brother with the same mom and dad, and then I have a half sister and a half brother who currently reside in other areas of the world. It was just me and my brother that grew up in the household that I was in for the mean part. My sister came by the time I was 3 and probably left by the time I was, I would say 8, 6, 5, something like that, because she ended up moving back to her hometown in South Carolina. But anyways, so yeah, there was a lot of perks that came with being in the military. We would normally just go with my dad, and my dad is a great man. Don't get me wrong, I'm a daddy's girl. I love my daddy. That's my baby. Oh God, my eyeshadow. So I'm a daddy's girl. Like he's my baby. You know what I'm saying? But he's not the most affectionate man at all. Like, he's very plain, very monotone. Even getting him to say the words, I love you, I miss you, I'm thinking about you, what's going on, are you okay? That would be a surprise. And even to this day, it's still a surprise. Now, don't get me wrong, my parents had me at older ages. So my dad was 40 when I was born, and my mom was 33. So by the time I got even older, it just, like, once elementary school ended, any type of connection I feel like that could have even sparked was dead. I don't know, both of them are not very emotional people. My mom as well. My mom was really not there. Financially, she was there. She made sure that her kids looked good. She made sure that our hair was done. She made sure that we had the nicest shoes and clothes and our school supplies, the nicest stuff that people could talk about if they see it. When it came to, her coming to Girl Scout meetings that we had, my dad came. When it came to me being cheerleading, my dad came. But even so, it was just hard getting my dad to come, hard getting my dad to really understand. And that's because of his schedule, not because he didn't really want to be there. When it just came to me being down that my mom wouldn't come, there was no affection. There wasn't many talks after school about what's bothering you. When I was being bullied, my parents technically didn't know I was being bullied. I say that to say it's something that can stick with you for a very long time, and be a part of your life for a very long time. My parents and I still talk. We don't talk as often. Me and my mom have a relationship where we only talk on Facebook Messenger. Like, I don't even allow her to have my phone number. If you guys want to hear more about that, I'll go into that in another video, because that's a lot. But when it comes to me and my dad, we talk every Sunday for about an hour, if not a little longer. But when it comes to seeing each other, I haven't seen either of my parents in at the least 5 or 6 years. It's not easy for me to travel like that, and they're older now, so it's not the easiest for them. Like, my mom's in a sickly, my dad's kind of sickly too. But even so, even though I haven't seen them in so long, it's the drive. Like, I want to see my dad, don't get me wrong, but even if I had the money and I was able to go see my dad right now, I'd be so nervous. I feel like there's so much that we have missed out on. There's so much we haven't talked about, and there's still so much that we'll probably never talk about, because I'm a talker, I'm very emotional, and these two have came together and created an emotional being. Yet somehow, some way, they seem to be like dead inside. Not really necessarily. Well, my mom's technically dead inside. My dad isn't dead, but he's like damn near fucking in a coma. Okay, so getting them to like express if they miss you, express that they love you. I couldn't tell you the last time my parents said I love you. Same thing with me and my brother. Like, me and my brother, my blood brother, same mom, same dad, we talk on Facebook Messenger as well. He doesn't have a phone, but even so, we can go weeks and months without talking. It's just not a habit. It's not a routine. Same thing with my sister. We follow each other on Instagram. We follow each other. She has me on Messenger on Facebook too, because I don't actually have a Facebook page. So she has my Instagram, and her and I DM each other once upon a time, but most likely we'll be liking each other's pictures. When I saw her last time and I saw my brother last time, it felt like I was meeting strangers all over again. We have the same daddies, different moms, but even so, we weren't raised together long, and there wasn't that bond that you would expect to be there. It just wasn't there, you guys. It just wasn't there. You can't make something pop up that's not even there. So yeah, like, and I love my siblings. Don't get me wrong. If something ever happened to them, I would probably boo-hoo, snotty nose, cry, lashes hanging off my face, no highlighter, no nothing, lace wig lifting up and all of that. When I pulled up the last time I saw my sister, which was about 3 years ago, I was nervous as fuck. Like, I sat in the parking lot. I sat on the side where the mailbox is of her house for a minute before I even text her and let her know I was there. It was like meeting a stranger all over again, because you just don't have those routines of speaking all the time. So I wanted to make this video to say that it's perfectly okay, and you're perfectly fine if you feel lonely, if you feel like you don't have nobody calling and checking up on you, if you feel like your parents don't seem to care. There's just parents out there that are just not affectionate people. It's not that they don't love you, it's not that they don't care about you, it's not that they don't think about you and as frequently as you would want them to, because you feel like you don't hear from them. But just remember that doesn't mean they don't love you. Some parents are sterner than others. I'm okay now with not hearing from them or not being in a tight-knit family. Do I wish there was a bunch of family portraits all over, and we had a bunch of family albums, and I had pictures of me as a baby? I don't have hardly any pictures of me as a baby, y'all. There's one VHS floating out in this world with me in it. With me as a baby, being cute as fuck. I saw it one time. But other than that, we have one family portrait, and I was in fucking 4th grade. It's the last time there was a family portrait. There's never been a family reunion. My mom's end of the family, they're all over the fucking globe, and we don't even talk to each other. My mom's side is Panamanian. My dad's side is in the Charleston, South Carolina. Well, they're all over too, but they're much older. So even so, when I was born, hell, like, half of them was falling off. They were, you know, R.I.P. dog. Y'all forgive me for my eyeshadow if y'all see that black mark, because at this point, I don't even give a fuck. I'm just trying to get some content made for y'all. Being raised in a distant family does not have a horrible outcome at the end. You will learn to just build a shield over it. Let me tell y'all something crazy though. You know, as a little girl with ladies, you have friends, then you would have your sleepovers with your friends, and your friends would be with their mamas. And I had situations where there were times where my friend's mom would ask if I would like to accompany them to get my nails done. I like to accompany them to the movies, the skating rink, things like that. And guess what I would do? I would cry, and I would say no, because it felt awkward going with someone else's mom when you can't go with your own. My mom didn't think about doing shit with me, and I always wanted that bond with my mom. But I feel bad for people who don't have the bond with either parent, or at least experience that one time in their life. I may not have that close-knit bond with either of my parents now. Me and my dad are growing again to become closer, but he's older, so it's like a different relationship. It's so much more valuable to me because he's older. I get very fucking nervous. Anytime he tells me something's wrong with him, I get that brings us closer, and we're trying. But even so, my dad is just not a very affectionate man, and he does not always express himself. But I wanted to say that surround yourself by people who happy to be around you. Surround yourself by people who you make smile. Surround yourself by people who make you feel warm, who make you feel loved, who make you feel appreciated, who make you feel noticed, because that will really pay off in the long run. That's just as good as having your blood family or blood relatives close by, or called you frequently, or hit you up frequently and checked on you. I have some good people in my life. I have met people that didn't mean me any well in my life at all, and I learned the hard way because I didn't have that upbringing of stories and scenarios from my parents. But I learned and I got there, and I just want to say that there are people out there like this. When I have my kids and I have my offspring, honey, when I tell you, they're gonna be so fucking aggravated with me, sus. They're gonna be so fucking aggravated. Mom, bruh, back the fuck up. Hey, dog. But guess what? I'm gonna be all, come here, baby. I'll be all on my baby's face because I didn't have that. And I'm super affectionate now in my relationships. I'm super affectionate now with my friends. Hell, I've had arguments with friends, and hell, some of them aren't friends now because, you know, I'll check in on them and I'll low-key have an attitude like, why haven't I heard from you? But I gotta remember sometimes I ain't fucking everybody. I wasn't fucking them. You know what I'm saying? I can't be checking for them like that, but that is just my nature. If you really know me, then you know I don't mean no harm. If you ever took it the wrong way, then it's fuck you anyway because you didn't really know how I got down. And I ain't trying to fuck you. Ew. Ew. Hopefully this video will help somebody. Alright, you guys, well, hopefully you enjoyed my video. I just had to get that off my chest, honey. I just really had to release that and get that out to you guys. Hopefully it will help somebody. I just feel like I had to get that message across. We are almost to 400 loafers. I'm so excited. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to my videos anyway. There will be more smoking videos. There will be a lot more story times. I promise, they're coming. But I've been trying to feed in a little more of my talent so that you guys can just see what I'm working with, because I want to have a diversified channel. So yeah, I thank you guys so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a comment below. Make sure to hit that bell so that you are notified every time I drop a new video. And subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We're on that grind to 1K. We're still on that grind to 1K, but we're going to 400. And yeah, it's been a good day. I thank you guys so much for tuning in with me. You guys have been groovy, baby. You've been groovy, baby. Loaf gang, I will see you in my next video.